What's happening, guys? My name is Bharat Nagpal, and today we're going to discuss with you what the best smartphone is going to be. Now, 2014 has seen some of the best contenders in terms of smartphone mobility, in terms of mobile phone technology. We've seen a good amount of things come into market, with the LG G3 coming out with laser autofocus and a 2K display. The next device that we started to talk about was the Note 4, which recently launched and has also come with a 2K display. There's also the OnePlus One, which is basically affecting people worldwide, where the OnePlus One is going to launch in India soon, but they made this big deal about launching their devices only on a specific invite system. You also have things like the Moto X, which was recently reintroduced, the Moto X2. They still called it the Moto X, but it offered a great piece of technology at a great price. There's also the Nexus 6, which is bound for India, but it breaks the technology in terms of what the Nexus devices were supposed to be in terms of the pricing factor. It breaks that and it goes into the next level altogether. Of course, we have the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus. We saw a video from The Verge and they said that the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus were basically the best phones or the best phablet that you could buy for your money today. Let's see what our take on what the best smartphone for you guys is going to be, and we'll start off with the basic thing, which is going to be the price comparison between all of these devices. So it's cool because the Samsung Note 4 is the newest device on this lot, and the Nexus 6, and these two devices in terms of price vary quite a lot. So the Note 4 is available for 58,000 rupees in the Indian market, whereas the Nexus 6 is available for 44,000 rupees and 49,000 rupees respectively, depending on what capacity you get. You also get a discount of 10,000 rupees, but they want you to return really expensive phones for that discount, so don't even go for it. The HTC One M8 is now available for a price of 40,800 rupees. The OnePlus One is expected to launch around the 25,000 price bracket for the 64GB price variant, whereas the iPhone 6 Plus launched in India for a price of 63,500, and you have some schemes going on with that as well, but you need to go really look for it. But the base price for the 16GB is 63,500. The G3 is for about 40,000 rupees, depending on what color variant you get. So about 40,000 rupees is the price for the G3, making the iPhone 6 Plus the biggest phone in terms of price out of the lot. Now, the basic thing about devices is that no matter how big and how expensive these devices get, what you don't really get is the right mix of things that you need. If you have a phone with a 2K display with a big battery, it usually is a very big phone and it's not really the most portable device to carry around. If they stuff in the best camera, they probably leave out something else that removes you from making it the most perfect phone. So how do you figure out which device will work for you? It's really not that difficult, and let's talk about some of these devices and some of the key selling points of all of these devices. Let's start off with the Note 4. Now, the Note 4 just recently launched, and the S Pen is one of the biggest selling factors for it. So if you've ever used one of the Note series phones, the Note 4 is your ultimate choice automatically, because you get used to the pen, you get really easy functionality with the device. It's a big screen device. You get a fantastic 2K display. You finally got some steel in the structure, so you got some metal bands, metal frame at least for the body, so you get some strength. You get a bit of premium feel and look and touch and everything. So that's great. You also have great new add-ons in terms of software. You have the Photo Note feature. You get the same 3GB of RAM and 32GB storage. The battery is a 3220, which means that it should technically last you a long time, but it only works for about a day. That's because the 2K display is really draining on the battery. The other device with the 2K display is the LG G3. Now, with the LG G3, you get a quad-core processor, the Snapdragon 801. The LG G3 does have some flaws, however. It's a completely plastic body. The curve on the back is not liked by everyone because it wobbles on the table. The camera is not the best in terms of focusing capability, even though they have that laser autofocus capability. You do see a bit of noise on your images and you're not too happy with that. The phone heats up like anything, and when the device overheats, the display sort of goes to the lowest in terms of brightness to save you that battery and to save you that display and to save the device from overheating. Now, the one thing which remains an underdog in all of this is the OnePlus One, but it's not really an underdog. In our review, we said, why don't you simply call it 2? Because it's actually, and I'm going to patent this or I'm going to trademark this, that it's actually the power of twice at half the price, because the phone is fantastic. For roughly around the price of 25,000 rupees, you get a 64GB device. Of course, you don't have expandable storage, you don't have a lot of things, you don't have a 2K display, but you have a lot of great things in the usability. First of all, you get CyanogenMod, which is one of the best Android ROMs available, or the best Android ecosystems available out there, a big developer community, and you get updates on the frequent. So they're fixing bugs, they're making the UI much more smoother and faster than it was. You get themes and you get updates, you can buy stuff. If you feel like doing that, if you feel like going to the next step, you can go and do that with CyanogenMod. It's really fast, really responsive, the images are fantastic, you get 4K video. So you get the whole bunch of things, and the build quality on the OnePlus One with the sandstone back is absolutely fantastic. And I have not basically seen a device with that kind of a finish and that kind of a feel. Once you hold it in your hand, the OnePlus One gives you that experience, and it gives you one of the best Android experiences out there. The Moto X is a great phone, but there are a lot of problems with the device. First, the price is strangely in the middle of neither being too expensive, neither being really affordable. They bumped up the price, it went up to 32,000 rupees when it was launched. The back panels are not very easy, they're not very nice, and they're not very long lasting, so build quality is a major issue. The device overall works great, and you can expect it to be one of the first few devices to get the Lollipop Android 5 update, which makes it excellent. The Nexus 6 is the highlight of the market today. It is breaking the Nexus category for the first time, because the Nexus devices have always been in an affordable sort of under $400 sort of price segment where people have really enjoyed buying those devices. This time around, the phone is really expensive. It launches in India for a price of 44,000 rupees for the 32GB variant, which makes it an expensive device for a lot of people who are looking forward to buying the Nexus 6. But it is the best fully complete device that you can buy out there. You get a 2K display, you get 3GB of RAM and 64GB storage capacities. You have a fantastic 13 megapixel camera at the back and a 2 megapixel camera in the front. The battery is also a whopping 3220 milliamp hour battery, which is almost or exactly the same as the Note 4, but you can expect bigger battery life from the Nexus 6 because you don't have that TouchWiz UI draining the battery in the background. You have a pure stock Android experience, so automatically I know from the bat that you get better battery experience. The iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus are a completely different category altogether. They're really, really expensive. The iPhone 6 starts at 53,500, whereas the iPhone 6 Plus starts at 63,500. A lot many issues in terms of usabilities of these devices. People have been complaining about bent iPhone 6 Pluses. They bend easily. There's been a whole bunch of information that was leaked and videos that were shown that show the phone bending really, really easily, and suddenly it died out and nobody is talking about Bendgate anymore. With that being said, it is one of the best ecosystems that you can get if you can afford the whole ecosystem. If you want to go out and buy everything and then not worry about how you're using them, it makes it really easy to share information between one device and another. If you have a Mac and an iPhone, or if you have an iPad, a Mac, those things sort of work really well thanks to iCloud, thanks to continuity, thanks to handoff. All these things really work well with the new iOS 8. With Yosemite, you can basically share files between your Mac and your iPhone. When the Word spoke about the iPhone being the best devices, they're looking at it from that perspective. In terms of build quality, the HTC One is one of the best devices in terms of build quality. You have a very robust, all aluminum, 90% metal sort of build on the HTC One M8. You have the ultra pixel camera, which everyone has had mixed feelings about. The 4 ultra pixel camera, some people say it's excellent, some people say it's really boring. And what HTC has done with the HTC Eye experience, and once they added an eye camera to the One M8, it becomes a much better device because it gives you one of the best Android experiences. You get the Snapdragon 801 chipset, you get great RAM, you get great performance. Now they have micro SD card expandability in there. The display remains a 1080p display, which is a disappointment for some, but truly one of the best Android experiences thanks to their ecosystem. And for a price of around 41,000 rupees, again, it comes in a very great price bracket. Now, coming down to what should be the best device for you. First of all, I feel that the best device for you is the device that you can go out and buy right now. If you continue talking about the device that you're going to buy in the future, you're always going to be one step behind. Because every time you wait for the next device to show up, by the time you're ready to buy that device, there's another device in the line, and you'll never be able to catch up to technology. So today, if you're ready to buy a device, the device should be the device that you can buy. It doesn't necessarily have to be the most expensive device, and it doesn't need to be a flagship Android phone, because if all you're doing is making phone calls and clicking pictures, then a 14,000 rupee phone may be as good as a 50,000 rupee phone. So what really needs to matter is what you're going to be doing with the device, and that is your best smartphone. In terms of camera, the Sony Xperia Z3, even though we've not spoken about it, has the best camera according to me. The 20.7 megapixel camera sensor, the Exmor R camera sensor, is one of the best Android smartphone sensors. However, Sony's image processing is not the best. And if you really want a good instant on-the-go picture capability, even though the megapixels are low, even though you don't get 4K video, the iPhone 6 Plus is one of the best camera phones that you can buy. Because it has optical image stabilization, it offers one of the best camera experiences I've ever felt. And the next device that comes in line is the Note 4, which, thanks to the new image processing engine that Samsung has built into the device, gives you that better image capability. So definitely, if you're looking for the best camera phones, the Z3 is great, but it does not give you the raw images that you would require, and the compression sort of kills the quality of the images. So the iPhone 6 Plus and the Note 4, if you're okay carrying big devices. If you're looking for the best display in the market, the Note 4, the Nexus 6, as well as the LG G3 are the only three devices that give you a 2K display. The G3 is not refined at all, and it gives you a problematic sort of display, but it is the most portable device to carry around. And therefore, in terms of the best display experience, I think the G3 wins hands down thanks to pixels per inch. The Note 4 also has a fantastic display. It's really vivid and it's visible outdoors. And they've managed to sort of tune it, and thanks to the AMOLED, Super AMOLED panel in there, you get excellent and vibrant colors, so the Note 4 becomes the second choice. The Nexus 6 also has a 2K display, but it's a very, very large 5.9-inch device, and it is a great display and you have excellent viewing angles, but you're restricted to that sort of capability where you're not seeing an AMOLED sort of display, which the Note 4 has. Now, if you're looking for battery life throughout your usage experience, the iPhone 6 Plus gives you fantastic battery life. Even though the battery is a 2800 odd milliamp hour battery, you get approximately 2 days of usage on a full charge, even if you're a heavy user. The Nexus 6 becomes the second recommendation because it has a fantastic and large battery, but nothing in the background that will sort of pull out from the battery except for the display. So if you're not using the display too much, if you're on the phone a lot more than the amount you use your display, then the Nexus 6 is the second recommendation, or the Android recommendation, for one of the best battery experiences. Now, as far as the Android devices are concerned, most of them are already on KitKat, and most of them will automatically be upgraded to Android 5.0, which is Lollipop, which is going to be out soon. Within the next coming months, you'll see all the devices, including the HTC One M8, the Note 4, and the One Plus One get updated to Lollipop. So that is going to give you that extra experience, and all the Android devices are going to get updated. iPhone 6 Plus is going to get the next incremental update for iOS as well. So if Apple comes out with iOS 9, iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus are going to see that as well. The winner of this battle is obviously the One Plus One. But what is at number 2 and what is at number 3? Well, the Nexus 6 definitely takes second position because you get the best Android support, Google updates instantly on the phone. You have one of the best camera features available, and you have a great battery life along with a 2K display. So a good spec set, great Android support, quick software updates out of the box. Definitely the next device that you can get, and you have that really strengthened, really well-built body for the Nexus 6 as well. So that becomes number 2 on our list. So on number 3, we are sort of conflicted between the HTC One M8 and the Note 4, whereas the Note 4 gives you a newer set of specs, but the HTC One M8 is a all-round device. It's really portable compared to the Note 4. You have excellent build quality and you have one of the best Android experiences in terms of blink field user capability. You also have a price that is about 18,000 rupees lower than the Note 4. Definitely gives you a good overall experience. But if you're looking for power and if you're looking for clout when you walk out with your device, definitely the Note 4 gives you that. It's the newest Android device available. It's possibly the most expensive Android device available. It's got a metal rim now. You have the S Pen, you have a 2K display, you have a fantastic camera at the back, and you have Samsung's TouchWiz ecosystem. Somebody's probably going to root it and tell you how to install Lollipop on it before Samsung even gives it to you. The iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus sort of stand out from this list just because they are sort of the #1 recommendation as well as the #4 recommendation because of the simple fact that, like I've said several times, if you're looking for a well-built ecosystem, then nothing beats Apple and iOS. So therefore, iPhones become the #1 recommendation. But if you're looking through this list, they sort of come down to #4 after the Note 4 and after the HTC One M8. In terms of build quality, the iPhone 6 Plus has not seen its best days and Apple's truly struggling with it. But slapping on a case, which most of you guys would already do, will prevent the bend gate issue. A lot of people like carrying their devices without cases, so for them it may not be the best device. I often carry my phone with a simple leather case that is available from Apple, and this has prevented my devices from bending. So I didn't have any bend gate issues, but for those who do, these may not be the best devices for you. If you like, if you want a really rugged phone, and if you want to go out there, you skateboard or like jump from mountains or do some funky stuff like that, then this may not be the best device for you. But you can get a case, you can get an auto box or something that will protect your device and it will give it that additional strength that it needs. So there you go, guys. This was our quick video. I don't know if it was quick or not, but this was our video for a sort of conflicted best device of 2014 because you have so many things to choose from. You also have the Xiaomi phones, which we've really not hit upon because Xiaomi's done a fantastic job, but people have had mixed opinions about it. For 30,000 rupees, you got the Mi 3, and now the Mi 4 is bound to launch in India soon for around the 20,000 price bracket. You also have Gionee's phones. You have Huawei's new devices that have come out. The slimmest phone in the world has just been announced at 4.8 millimeters. So it really comes down to what your mix of things is going to be and what your perfect mix is going to be to make it your perfect device. Some people are truly looking for battery life, and recently a phone was announced with 5,000 milliamp hours inside. So it's really truly down to what you need on your device that makes it the best device for you. This has been Bharat Nagpal, guys. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and any other social network that's out there. You probably can go and search for iGyaan and you'll find us on there. Of course, my links are in the description below, so you can check me out and follow me personally on my links below. And remember, visit iGyaan for your daily tech updates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. This has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching.